Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Fluency Fundamentals classes, this is Cooking and Restaurants, a general English class at the A2 level or above. In this lesson, we'll work on basic to intermediate vocabulary for cooking and eating out. You'll learn how to talk about different ways of preparing food, describing dishes, and reading menus. You'll also order a 5-star meal at the award-winning bistro Chez Verbling. All of that and more coming up in just a moment. So let me do a quick introduction before we begin, and then we'll get started. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the Verbling chat window, by the way, if you're having any trouble getting in, just let me know. I see there's some comments in the chat window. So if you're having trouble getting in, first I would say just restart the browser. And if it doesn't work, send me a message and I'll see if maybe I can restart the Hangout for you. Okay? So if you click on that, oh, maybe you can't see me here. Can you see me? Now it's working. Okay, good. It looks like it is working. If you click on the link in the chat window, you can go to my profile page where you can follow me and see all my upcoming classes. You can also schedule a private tutoring session with me where I'll work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help you get to your goals in English as soon as possible. So that's a little bit about me. Now, let's take a look at our presentation for today. And if you want to open that up, you'll see the link right there where it says, open this. All right, let's say hello to everyone, and we'll get started. So first of all, Rebecca, great to see you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Vanna, you're able to get in? Banan, you were able to get into class after?
Yes, yes.
Did you have to restart the browser?
No, I haven't restarted it, but I think it's working okay now.
Okay. I was just curious what the trick was. It happens to me sometimes too. I don't know what the story is. Sometimes I get kicked out of Hangouts for no reason. I don't know. Okay, nice to have you here. Vicente, nice to see you. Hello, Vicente. Hello, Vicente. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic.
I'm fine, thank
There
you.
we go. Excellent. Vitaly, nice to see you again. Welcome back.
Hi, John. Hi, everybody.
Elena, nice to see you from yesterday. Hello, Elena.
Hello, nice to see you too. Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. And Giancarlo, how are you, Giancarlo?
Fine, John. Thank you. Good morning.
And Giancarlo, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Giancarlo is perfect. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. And you're in Mexico, right?
In Mexico City, John. Yes.
But why do you have a French name?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not a French name.
It's not. Okay. And Frank, nice to see you again. Welcome back, Frank. Let me just make sure your mic is working.
Yes, it's working very well.
Okay, fantastic. Frank, you're from Taiwan, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah? Okay. Just so I can connect names, and if I know where you're from, for some reason, I tend to remember you. If I don't know where you're from, I tend to forget. Okay. And Vanan, I'm just going to ask you if you could just turn off your microphone when you're not speaking, because
Yes,
we're getting lots and lots
Sorry.
of, it sounds like wind or something, like you're outside. Okay, when you're ready to speak, you can turn it back on, no problem. Okay, so let's get started. Cooking in restaurants. We're going to spend the first 10 or 12 minutes just learning new words or reviewing ones that you might know. Okay, hopefully there'll be some new ones in there. I can also give you some extra vocabulary as we talk about things some other suggestions in the chat window. You should write them down in your personal notebooks. If I write a W, that means it's a new word. If I write an M, that means that you made a mistake and I'm correcting it. If I write a G, that means it's a grammar point, like a verb tense or an agreement issue. If I write an N or an MB, it means that maybe there's an important note that I want you to think about. That's my little code. After that, we're going to spend another 10 minutes just applying what we learned in different exercises. Sorry, P, you're right, is pronunciation. Sorry about that. Yep, I forgot to write that. And then at the very end, we're going to do a little speaking activity where you are going to be taking us to a 5-star restaurant from your country and introducing us to the cuisine. You're going to be ordering for us, so you've got to explain the menu. And that'll be at the very end. And then we'll do a little reflection if we have time about what we learned. So, let's see. Elena, what do we call that big thing on the left side of the screen? What is that thing? Do you know?
I don't understand. I didn't understand.
What do we call that thing?
I don't know. I don't know in English.
Ah. What language can you say it in?
Russian. Lita.
What is it in Russian?
Lita.
Lita?
Lita. Lita.
Like L-E-T-A? Lita?
I write.
Write it in Russian for us. Because if you write it in English, I might not understand. Ah, Lita. Lita. Got it. So, Rebecca, how do you say Lita in English?
Well, you are asking for this thing. This picture is a cooker.
Ah, okay. In British English, we say a cooker. So you're right. And in American English, does anyone know the American word for that? It's not a cooker.
Oven. Oven.
Oven. Okay. Oven is the bottom part. So you're half right. Oven is at the bottom. So we need another word.
But oven is as well here. Oven is the part where you know one part of the cooker.
It's the bottom of the thing. And what's the word for the whole thing besides cooker in British English? What's the word for the whole? Does anyone know? Begins with an S.
Is that a stove?
It is a stove. That's right.
What?
Stove. S-T-O-V-E. Take a look.
Yeah.
So, cooker in the UK, stove in the United States. The oven is at the bottom, and if you can guess the name of the thing at the top, you win a cookie. Those 4 things at the top, there's a name for that, and I guarantee that none of you know what it is, because even native speakers don't know. What do we call the part of the top, class? You know?
The burner?
The burners are part of a little system, and that system is called?
Slab.
Huh? The what, Vitaly?
It's a slab.
Slab?
Yes.
A slab is anything that you put something on. You can put meat on a slab so you can cut it up.
Yes.
A slab is just like a big piece of marble or a big piece of stone. You know, it's like a big thing, a big flat thing is a slab. So not a slab.
Is the hot plate?
Not a hot plate. A hot plate does not have an oven underneath it. A hot plate is electric, and it's when you don't have space for a stove. The answer is it's the range. The range.
The what?
The range. And the range has, in this case, 4 burners. Well, Van En, you said burners, but actually that thing looks like it's electric. So they're not burners. They're elements. If it's electric, it has elements. Okay? So I'm going to put that in the chat window. I'm going to put a little parenthetical, just to say, if it's electric, we say elements. Otherwise, if it's gas, it has burners. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is to match up those keywords with the colorful numbers so that we can see what kind of cooking you do with the different parts of the stove. Okay? So, Elena, what do you think about number 1? What would you put at number 1?
I think maybe it's roast.
Maybe it's roast. What do you think, class? Do we roast things on the burners?
Maybe fry.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. So number 1, we're going to put fry. We absolutely fry things. What can you fry on the burners? What can you fry?
Potato.
Yeah. You can fry potatoes, sure. You can fry an egg, okay. What about number 2, class? Vitaly, what about number 2? Fry is number 1. What's the second thing we can do on the range?
We can boil something.
Like what?
Like already potato.
We just fried the potato. We can't boil it now.
Maybe spaghetti.
We can boil spaghetti? Do we boil spaghetti? I don't know about... Are you Italian, Vitaly?
No, I'm Russian.
Good.
Actually, I think we can boil potato. Like when you're making mashed potato, you have to boil it and then grind it into small pieces.
Yes.
Pieces.
You can absolutely boil potatoes, but you can't boil spaghetti. We don't call it boiling, do we? Do we call it boiling?
We say that. I'm boiling some spaghetti.
I don't.
Pasta, no spaghetti. Yeah, pasta.
We say making pasta. We don't say boiling. It's not that the water doesn't boil. Of course the water boils, but we just don't say it for some reason. Strangely enough. So I would make pasta. I would boil, Vitaly, I would boil water for pasta.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I would boil water for pasta. Anyway, you're right. You're absolutely right. Number 2 is boil. Number 1 is fry. For some reason, I thought you were Italian because the name Vitaly sounds like an Italian name. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't remember that. So, if you don't know about pasta, that's okay. But whatever you do, don't get it wrong when you talk about borscht. Okay?
Borscht?
Yes. If you get pasta wrong, it's okay because you're not Italian. But you have to get borscht right. It's very important. I'm just kidding. I don't know what you eat out there. We're going to talk about it soon, though. Let's see. Who's after you? Vicente. What about number 3? What kind of cooking can we do in number 3? Yeah.
Number 3. I think it's possible grill.
You are absolutely right. What's something that you might grill in that part? In the place is called the grill, and the action is to grill. What's something we can grill, Vicente?
Grill is for similar to burn.
Yeah. Burn
Similar.
is.
No, it's the same. It's
But tell me something that you might grill. Let's give me an example. What's something you might grill, Vicente?
What? Pardon?
Tell me a food that you might grill.
Yes. Chicken?
You might grill chicken there. Absolutely. Chicken. Exactly. So grill is that middle part. Now, below it in number 4, Rebecca, we know that's the oven. What can you do in the oven?
In the oven, I bake.
You absolutely can bake. What's something you might bake?
Yeah, a cake, for instance.
You might bake a cake.
Yeah.
What's the difference between baking and frying?
Bake fries with oil, you know?
Precisely.
Oil in a pan, and you fry things.
Right. And do you need oil to bake?
Well, it depends, but just as ingredient.
That's right.
But no, not the main ingredient as have to be in fried things.
Exactly. So one difference is that it's not necessary to put oil. You can put it, but you don't need it. The heat from the oven will bake it. Exactly. Jose, what about whoops, that should be number 5, not number 6. Sorry. What about number 6? What
Number
else can
6,
you do?
grill.
No, that was number
Oh,
3.
no, roast.
Roast. That's right.
Roast.
That's right.
You
Now,
can roast chicken or.
you absolutely can. Now, hang on a second here. Let's be clear about this. Vicente said we can grill chicken, and he's right. You said we can roast chicken, and you're right.
Yes.
So what's the difference between grilling and roasting? What's the difference between grilling and roasting? By the way, you're absolutely right. You can roast chicken or you can grill it, but what's the difference? Like Rebecca said that baking means that you don't necessarily need oil. The heat from the oven will cook it. So what's the difference between roasting and grilling, Jose? Do you know?
Roast is when you expose the meal a lot of time. A lot of time to heat in a oven.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and grilling is when you're heating it, and the outside is going to bake faster, cook faster than the inside. Yeah,
It's more faster. It's
that's
faster.
right.
It's faster.
It's faster. Yeah, that's basically it. Very good. So roasting is a slow cooking, more evenly throughout the food, and grilling is basically it's like making toast in a toaster, but with meat or whatever else. Fantastic. So just to review, actually let's turn to the page.
Excuse me, John.
Yeah.
John, okay, in the first page, in general, this machine is the oven, right?
That is an oven, correct.
An oven. Okay, number 1 and 2 are the.
Number 1 and 2 are the ways of cooking. So we can boil or fry, and the part of the oven. Wait. Go back a second, Giancarlo.
Please.
The oven is only at the bottom. Sorry, the oven is at the bottom. The grill is in the middle, and the range is on the top. So I'll put this in the chat window. The stove has a range. It has a grill. In this case, not all stoves have a grill, and it has an oven at the bottom. Take a look at the chat window.
Okay, stove, range, grill, oven at the bottom.
That's right.
It's number 1 and 2.
And so number 1 and 2, I was talking about what we can cook or how we can cook. So 1 and 2 is boil and fry using the range. But by the way, most people don't use the word range, so they'll just say burners, or if it's electric, heating elements. By the way, those little circles, if it's gas, are burners, and if it's electric, it's called heating elements. But the actual name is a range. Anyway, people don't usually use that word, but that's it. So 1 and 2 was boil and fry, 3 was grill, and 4 and 5 were roast and bake. These are the answers from before on the screen. You can boil water. In fact, that's how you boil things, by cooking them in water, right? And cooker is UK English, British English, right? So Vicente, cooker is UK.
Okay, it's the same stove in the United States. Yes.
That's right. Okay. Now take a look at this. Anyone eat meat out there? Frank, are you a vegetarian?
No, I'm not a vegetarian. I usually eat more veggie food.
You usually eat more what foods? Repeat. Sorry.
Veggie food.
Could you write that for me? Because I didn't catch the word. I usually eat more something.
Veggie food. That's what I heard.
Fatty foods like this? Frank, take a look at the chat window. Just let me know if I understood correctly. Or you can write it for me, because I didn't quite catch the word you said. Oh, veggie.
Veggie.
Ah, veggie foods. Veggie foods. Ah, okay, got it. So, but you are not a vegetarian, though.
Yes.
You are or you are not?
I'm not a vegetarian, but I usually have veggie food more than meat.
Okay, so Frank, you would probably say it like this. By the way, I'm writing in the Verbling chat window, so you have to click on the blue box with the V in it to open the Verbling chat window. But I'd probably say, I eat a lot of veggies. Or vegetables.
I eat a lot of veggies.
Yeah, not veggie foods, but veggies. So that will be M for a mistake because it's not veggie foods, but I eat a lot of veggies. Okay, good. And Giancarlo, do you ever have steak? Do you like steak?
Yes, I like steak. I like it.
Very good. Well, I want you to read that little text for me, and then we're going to decide which picture corresponds to which way of cooking steak. Can you read that little text for us, Giancarlo?
Sure. If you have a steak, you can eat it rare, cooked very quickly and still red. Medium rare, cooked a bit longer and just red in the middle. Medium, cooked a bit more and just pink. Or well done, cooked even longer and not pink at all.
There you go. So I've got 4 kinds of steak for you. Let's see if we can match them up. Okay? Elena, the green one. Which one is that, do you think? The green one. The green box. What word should I put in the green box? What would you say, Elena? Based on that description, the green box should have the word which? Well done, medium, medium rare, or rare? Rare?
Not rare. It's
What do you think?
I think yeah, it's rare.
Okay, so we're going to go with rare for the green one. Okay, Vitaly, what about the red one?
Right, it's medium rare. Medium rare.
Medium rare. Okay.
Medium rare, yes.
We'll see if we agree at the very end. Okay, and Rebecca, what about the blue one?
The blue one is medium.
Maybe medium. Okay, and Van Ann, what do you think about the yellow or gold one at the bottom?
The yellow one?
Mm-hmm.
That is well done.
That is well done. What makes you say that it's well done, Van Ann?
Because the meat looks like it's being cooked through.
It's been cooked through. Okay, yeah. And also, the outside looks like it's been a little bit charred. That's another good word for you. To char something means that it has a little bit of like charcoal, like it's a little bit burnt. To char. So it looks like it's cooked through and the outside is a little bit charred. I don't know if I have the answers to these. Let's see. Oh no, I don't have the answers. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Give me a second here. Let me just double check if I have the answers underneath. I think you're all right, by the way. I agree with you, but let me just double check.
Is char an adjective?
To char can be a verb, or charred can be an adjective, like the past participle form. The meat was charred on the outside. Give me just a second here. Let me just see if I actually have the answers there. I don't know if I do. If I do, I'll take away those little boxes. Oops. Sorry, it's a little bit slow here. Well, it's not connecting, so I can't show you the answers. It's taking way too long. Oh, maybe there it is. Do I have anything underneath? I can't remember if I put the answers there or not. Ah, look at that. I do have the answers. Okay. Very good. Yeah, let's do it like this. I'm going to make a copy of this so that when you save the presentation, you have the answers on the next page. So let me just make a copy. And on the next page, I will. There we go. Then these two down here. Let's go like that. That should say medium. There's a little spelling mistake, a little typo. Okay. Let me just fix that and we'll continue. Sorry about that. Let me just reload the page. Let's see if it worked. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. So I think we switched medium rare with rare. I think that was the problem. I think the one on the top right is a little bit pinker than the one on the top left. I think that's the idea. It's a little bit pinker on the inside. And the inside it looks almost, hey, what do we call it? What do we call it when something is not cooked at all? Like if you have fish in your sushi, the fish is not cooked. Raw. Exactly. So on the top left, it's so rare that it looks raw, just about raw in the middle, or very close to it. So I think that's why that one is rare. Okay. Now, I've taken away some of the adjectives here to describe food. I want to see if you can match them back. In some cases, you have a synonym, and the synonyms are in bold. Okay? So, and actually, let me do something here. Okay, so, Mr. Frank, can you read the first definition for us and tell us what the matching word you think ought to be?
Has lots of taste. A positive word.
Mm-hmm. And then that symbol means it's not the same as. It doesn't equal. Tasteless. It's the opposite of. Yeah. Or the opposite of. Okay, so what word do you think it is? So what
tasty.
word would you... Tasty. Very good. I agree. Fantastic. So tasty. And Giancarlo, what can you read the second one for us?
Yes, without a strong taste, neutral in flavor, example boiled, rice.
Okay, so what do you think?
It's bland.
Bland, because it's without a strong taste or very neutral. Boiled rice is bland. Okay, I think you're right. We'll see in just a moment. Jose, can you read the third one for us?
Okay, John. Lots of sugar, sweet.
Lots of sugar.
Sugar.
That's it.
Lots of sugar, sweet.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch
Sweet.
it the first time.
Sweet.
And look, that symbol means the opposite of. So it's the opposite of bitter. The opposite of bitter. Jose. The
The
opposite
opposite of bitter.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
Bitter.
Rebecca, the
Sweet.
fourth one.
Which one is, sorry?
The fourth
The fourth. Okay. Lots of salt is salty.
is salty. That's easy, right? Van En, the fifth.
The fifth, I think spicy.
The fifth is spicy. Okay. An example there is, what's that example?
Sorry?
The example is, say that word for me.
Lots of spice. Example, curry.
Curry. Okay. So if it wasn't spicy, what's another way we could describe it? Spicy is one way, or more generally we can say it's...
I think it's flattening.
Fattening? No.
Oh, sorry.
Not a word from the list. Not a word from the list. I mean, what's another way to say spicy? A more general way to say spicy.
Hot.
Hot, exactly. Very good. That's it. Hot and spicy. Okay, Vicente, what about the, after the lots of spice, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the sixth one down, the green box.
Yes, recently produced.
Like this, recently produced. Good. Example?
Example, fish bread. Recently picked.
Recently. Wait. Recently picked.
Recently picked. Example, fresh fruit.
Exactly. So what word, what adjective are we talking about here?
I think it is sweet.
Nope.
No, fresh.
Fresh.
Yes, fresh.
Fresh fruit is fresh, exactly.
Fresh.
So fresh does not mean cold, like it does in Spanish and Portuguese. It means new. So the lettuce can be fresh. It doesn't mean it's cold.
Fresh.
A drink cannot be fresh. You cannot say, give me a fresh glass of water. It's not possible. You'd have to say, give me a chilled glass of water. So fresca doesn't translate as fresh. It translates as chilled. But fresh means new, recently picked.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Vicente. And Vitaly, the seventh one, the red box.
Okay. Easy to cut, a positive word used to describe it, not equal though. It's
No. Read that again. It's not though.
Though.
Tough.
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 Okay, tough.
The opposite of tough.
Okay. Opposite of tough is tender.
Is tender. Yeah, like steak. You want a nice tender steak.
Okay.
Not me, because I don't eat meat. But you probably do. A tender steak, not a tough steak. Tough is like an old shoe. Eating the leather of your shoe would be tough. So I don't recommend it. Elena, what about the eighth one, the yellow box?
Okay. Meat with a lot of fat. Opposite lean.
Opposite lean.
Opposite lean. It's fatty.
Fatty is exactly right. By the way, I'll try to put in the IPA symbols to help you, because I think it's useful for you to get used to reading the IPA symbols. So lean, lean looks like this in the chat window. Whoops, give me a second. It takes a minute for me to write these. Lean looks like this. Look at the chat window. That symbol with the I and two dots equals the sound E, as in the word, what's the word we used in my pronunciation practice class? E like sheep, like green. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So in the future, when you see an I with 2 dots, you know it's an E, like green sheep. Okay, and Elena, why don't you do one more? Do the last one as well. The blue box.
Food which makes the food on weight get fat. Example: cream, biscuits.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. It's fattening.
Fattening. So fatty and fattening are not the same thing, basically. Okay. And also, let's look at biscuits as well.
Biscuits.
Yeah, biscuits. I'll put it there for you as well. It's useful to see it written. And it looks like biscuit.
Biscuit.
So the U is not pronounced in biscuit. Okay, great job, everyone. And there you can see the answers. There you can see the answers on the next slide. Okay, so you can always download this and review it later. All right. So now that we know that, what I want you to do is I want you to talk to me about a meal. What is a meal like in the English-speaking world? If you're feeling brave, I want you to use some or all of the words you see on the screen to describe going out to a restaurant. What is a meal like? For example, look at the first word, course. How many courses does a meal have in the English-speaking world? If you go to a restaurant in the UK or in the United States, how many courses would you expect to have? Courses means the parts of the meal. All right? So, who's feeling brave and wants to talk us through a meal in the English-speaking world? Before we do, are there any words on screen that you're not familiar with? Are there any words on screen we need to define?
Well, can I say?
Please do. Please do.
Well, I think first of all, every meal starts with I started, you know.
With a starter, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a main meal.
Look at the screen, Rebecca.
The
a
screen.
main.
One of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the bottom right side.
Yeah. So the first one, of course, is appetizer. What?
Appetizer.
Appetizer or starter?
Yeah.
Appetizer. And then there's a main course, you know, the main, so the main course.
Exactly.
And well, before that it could be maybe aperitif.
Ah, yeah, maybe before you eat. Maybe before you have the main course, an aperitif.
Yeah. And before that, of course, book in advice, you know, as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you're going out to eat, you probably have to book in advance.
Yeah, it depends. August is better. Yeah. And then after the main course, you can take the dessert.
Mm-hmm. You can what the dessert? Sorry, you can.
You can have the dessert.
You can have dessert. We always have food, right?
Food, yes, you're right. Have the dessert. And well, when you finished, you could check the bill.
Check the bill. No. Pay the check or pay the bill.
Check bill. Here.
No. Pay the check.
What is that? I can't see that.
I know you can't see it. I'm telling you.
Oh well, you know.
Check.
You have to.
Check and bill are synonyms.
Okay.
Bill is used more in the UK. Check is used more in the United States.
Okay. You know. Yeah, because I'm familiar with bill and rather than check. Okay.
Yeah.
Check is the okay. So can I have the check? That would be in
check, please. Check, please.
Check is a different expression. Here is can I have the bill, please? Okay.
Exactly.
Check, please. Okay. So after that, you know, the service not include, you know, in some bills.
In
So you
most
have to.
restaurants, pretty much in every restaurant in the English-speaking world, service is not included. Pretty
Well,
much everywhere.
here there are a lot of service include,
Oh
most
yeah?
of them. And then you have to tip. Of
Uh-huh.
course, if you want, it's not if you are not forced to do it, but it's polite and good for waitress if you do that.
Okay, how much of a tip would you leave in London, Rebecca?
Well, it depends always the amount you spend, in the meal. But at least £5 is okay.
Well, what's the percentage, do you think?
I don't know. I know in the USA is you have to do it. It's like something.
That's right, because service is not included in
Yeah,
the bill, in the check or bill. So you have to tip. Hey,
yeah.
class, have any of you been to the United States? Have any of you been to New York or a city in the United States, San Francisco or someplace? Anyone?
It is 10%. It is 10% or 50%, right, of the total amount.
It is which? 10 or 15?
Well, in Mexico is 10%.
In the United States, it's 15.
Okay.
And if you're in a nice restaurant, it could arguably be a little bit more if you're in like New York.
What happen if you don't do that?
Then you don't come back to the restaurant.
It's better for me. Well, but nothing wrong can happen.
No, but they won't let you back in.
Okay.
Try to go to Balthazar in New York and don't tip and see what happens to you. They're not going to arrest you, but first of all, they're gonna come over. They're gonna say, okay, what was the problem? And they're gonna take it very seriously, because in New York, there's something called the waitering wage. That means that waiters, I don't think it's everywhere, but in New York, at least when I lived there, they made like $2 or $3 an hour. That's it.
That is
And
the salary. Well, I can't believe it.
but because they're getting paid from tips. So if you don't pay the tip, you're not paying their salary, because their salary comes from you, not from the restaurant. A little tiny bit comes from the restaurant, like $2 or $3 comes from the restaurant. But let me tell you something. When I worked at a major restaurant in New York when I was in university, I earned. Let me see. When I went back to New York and I was working as a bartender, I earned 100 a day in tips pretty easily. I mean, it would have been a bad day if I didn't earn 100 in tips. So I worked 5 or 6 days a week. So that's 600 a week. Yeah, I made about 600 a week as a bartender. Not at a bar, at a catering company. And my actual salary was less. I don't remember exactly how much. But so that can happen. Not in every restaurant, but I think in major cities at least when I lived there, right? The restaurant pays you a tiny bit. You earn tips. As a customer, you're supposed to declare not a customer, as a waiter, you're supposed to declare your tips to the IRS, to the taxes. No one does, but you're supposed to.
Well, can I say something? I think that is the mentality, American mentality, and for me, my idea is not fair for the customers, because if you are paying for food, I think the owner of the restaurant has to pay the employees, It's
Yeah,
our
but the
mentality,
service is really, really good.
I know, yes, of course, of course, but maybe it's not my mentality. I can buy that. Could I say that?
I can't buy into that. Buy into.
I can buy into that.
To buy into means to believe. I can't buy into that. To buy into.
Thank you.
Giancarlo, you were saying that it's 10% in Mexico. Is that right?
Right, John. 10%
And what
in Mexico,
what happens if you don't tip?
And sometimes 50% too. I'm sorry.
And what happens if you don't tip? What if you're? By the way, where in Mexico are you talking about? Like in Acapulco or anywhere in Mexico?
Anywhere in Mexico.
Okay.
I live in Mexico City, and in Mexico City, it's 10%, and I was working in hotels in the north part of Mexico, and the tips were about 10 or 15%. And it was a grand hotel, and of course, it depends on the price of the things. I mean.
And if a tourist was in Mexico City and didn't tip you, what would happen? Anything?
No, nothing. Nothing happens. No.
Wow.
No, because it's not a must here in Mexico. But for example, I remember that you as an American people, you have the culture to tip people.
Right.
Yeah, every single day. I remember once that I escorted a guy to the restaurant and he tipped me for that reason. So sometimes you just for saying hello, how are you, tip you. Fine, thank you, tip you. And yeah.
I remember when I was in New York, and you know, all my friends were like actors and artists because I went to art school, and this girl that was in one of my classes worked at a big stupid restaurant. It's a theme restaurant where everyone has to dress up and they have to sing or something like that. And she said that Donald Trump came into the restaurant. Do you know who Donald Trump is, class? You heard that name? Who is he? I heard a yes out there. No? I thought I heard a yes. Do you know who Donald Trump is? He's a real estate mogul. That means...
He's a millionaire. He's one of the famous business person in America.
That's right.
Very
He's
rich.
a big real estate mogul. He developed real estate in New York, and I think he has casinos as well, and things like that. So, I'm trying to remember the story. It's been a long time, but I think it was Donald Trump who came in, and he had a handful of $50 bills like this, and basically he just walked in the restaurant handing them out like this. Everyone gets a 50. I mean, not the customers. I mean, everyone working there. So he just kept shaking your hand with a $50 bill in his hand. By the way, I'm seeing a little message there from Lamona, and Lamona, you got to come into class because I don't see you. I can't talk to you if you're outside. Okay. So hi, Lamona. Come on in to class. Click join. Okay, and then you can join us. All right, everyone. So what I want to do here is give you a little chance to use some of this language. Very good job, Rebecca, by the way. Here is a summary of basically what you said. Your 3 courses with a starter, a main course, a dessert. You may have an aperitif. This is basically what you said already. American English is a check. British English is more bill, that kind of thing. Okay. How would you order from this menu? How would you order from this menu? What do you think? Elena, I want you to order something. I'm the waiter. I come to you and I say, Elena, what can I get you? What would you say?
I would order I would like to order chicken, homemade chicken, and on desserts, chocolate mousse.
Wow, yum yum. By the way, Elena, you don't have to say I'd like to order. You just say I'd like, or I'd like to have, or I'll have. All of those will work. I'll have the broccoli soup. Notice I have to use the definite article, the, because it's the only broccoli soup on the menu. So you say the. I'll have the broccoli soup for starters. Then I'll have, you could also say, I'll go with. I'll go with. What's Bolshchika Zakazi? What's that mean? Borshchika.
Oh, the borscht. Borscht.
Ah.
It's a Russian
borscht.
cuisine. Yeah.
Ah, okay. I can read the alphabet, but I don't know what the words mean. That's my problem. You can also say I'll go with. So it's another way to say I'll choose. I'll go with a baked salmon with spinach for the main course or for the mains. Okay, Vicente, I'd like you to order a full meal using this menu and use some of those expressions I put in the chat window for you. Okay, and wait a second, we need a waiter. Van An, you're going to be the waiter. Okay, so
Yes.
you've got to approach the table and say the right thing, and Vicente is going to order from you. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Mm,
Got to introduce
Would you
yourself first.
Oh. Hello, my name is Vana. I'm your server today.
Very good. Server instead of waiter. Very politically correct. Van An, I'll be your server today. I'll be your server today.
I'll be your server today. Would you like to make your order now?
Vicente?
Yes, I like to have broccoli
soup,
and I go with baked salmon with spinach.
Almost. Repeat after me. Baked
salmon
with spinach. Good, very good, very good. Okay, and then Van An is going to interrupt you, and she's going to ask you about other things. What's a question that the server might ask?
What else do you need?
Need? Not need.
What else do you like?
What else would you like?
What else would you like?
Maybe you want to suggest a drink, Van An.
Would you like something to drink?
Good. Would you like something to drink, Vicente?
Yes, I'll
have.
I have drink.
No, I'll have, and then say the drink. I'll have a Coke. I'll have a glass of wine. I'll have what?
I have white wine.
Ah, a glass. A glass?
A glass.
A bottle?
No, a glass.
A barrel? A barril?
No, perhaps a glass. A glass of white wine.
Okay. And Van An, how would you end that little interaction?
And is that all?
It's instead of "is that all," you say, "Anything else?"
Is there anything else?
Yes. Nothing more. No.
That's it. Repeat, Vincent. That's it.
Nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
Van An, before you go, you want to make sure you got the order right, so you have to summarize.
Yes. So, you have broccoli soup for starters.
The broccoli soup.
The broccoli soup for starters. The baked salmon with spinach, and 1 glass of wine. Is that right?
Yes, it's okay.
Oh, wait a second. That's not okay. That's not okay. Vicente,
yes.
You said you'll have a glass of wine. That's very general.
A bottle of white wine?
Yeah, he said white wine, Van An.
White wine? What? That one?
Yes, and a glass of white wine.
Ah. Hey, Van An, what kind of white wines do you have?
What kind of white wine? Sparkling wine? I'm not sure. Sorry, I have to run because I have something emergency now.
Oh no! Bye, Van An.
Sorry.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, we've got 3 minutes. Mr. Jose? Mr. Jose? Mr. Jose? Jose's not there. Vitaly? Hello, Vitaly?
Hello?
I'd like you to serve our good friend, Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank, are you ready to make your order?
Okay, then.
Vitaly?
Okay, mister. I listen to your
I would
order.
like all of them on the menu.
Uh-huh. What?
Just keep.
Take it away, Vitaly. Remember, you've got to start by introducing yourself. Waiter Vitaly. Server Vitaly.
I'm right. Tell me.
That's it? You're not going to introduce yourself?
No, I just want a tip.
You've got a rude waiter, Frank. Okay, go ahead, Frank. You've got a rude waiter.
So what you want?
I would like a homemade chicken liver paste for starters.
Okay, one chicken. And next?
You've done this before, haven't you? Vitaly, you've done this before.
I would like...
Oh, what do you want? Huh? One chicken.
Grilled field steak in a pepper sauce.
Okay, I got and made it for you.
And I would like to have a really big bottle of champagne.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll make this.
That means he's a big tipper.
And keep the charges.
Keep what?
Keep the charge.
Keep the what?
Keep the charge.
Chocolate? Do you want a chocolate? This chicken?
I say keep the charge.
Oh, you got to write it for us, Frank, because we're not catching the last word. Can you write it for us in the chat window? I'm hearing keep the, and I didn't catch the last word. What is that? Oh, charge. Are you saying cash or charge? Is that what you mean? Cash or charge? Oh, you mean keep the change. Is that it? Keep the change.
Keep the charge?
No. Keep the change. Does that mean that you're paying the bill? Keep the change. That means that whatever money I give you, you keep it all. Keep the change.
Keep the change.
That's it. Hey, Vitaly, he just gave you a huge tip.
Okay. Chicken for everyone. One chicken.
Chicken for everyone. It's very nice of you to share. Very nice of you.
Okay.
Giancarlo, you've done this job before, right?
Well, yes, I wasn't a waiter, but yes, I learned a little bit there.
Today's your lucky day. Today's your lucky day. You're going to take Rebecca's order before we go.
Okay, sure. Are you ready, Rebecca?
Oh yes.
Okay. So excuse me, Miss. Good morning. Are you ready to order?
Introduce yourself, Giancarlo.
What?
Introduce yourself, Giancarlo.
I'm sorry, John.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, Miss. My name is Giancarlo. I am going to be your waiter. Are you ready to order?
Hello, Giancarlo. Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, may I take your order, please?
Well, yeah. To start, I'll take the broccoli soup, followed by baked salmon with spinach, and for dessert, I'll have fruit salad with a glass with water, still water, please, and not too cold.
Okay, Miss. Broccoli soup, baked salmon with spinach, and you say chocolate mousse?
No, so no, I said fruit salad.
Okay, fruit salad and a glass of water, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yes,
She said still water. Still water.
still water. Yeah.
Okay, and still water. Okay, miss, is there anything else I can give you?
I can
No,
get you.
I can
well,
get you.
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you so much.
There you go. Like a professional. Not anything else I can give you, because you're not giving her anything. You're getting paid for this. Anything else I can get you or get for you. Okay?
Get you. Yes,
That's
yes,
it.
John.
That's it. Okay, very good. Just a quick note before we go. Still water has no bubbles, right? Non frizzante. So still water. And you could also say, Rebecca, that you'd like it, you can say tepid if you don't want it too cold. I don't want it, or you could say not chilled.
Not
Not
chill.
chilled.
Not chill. Okay, because I always I say no cold, you know.
It's
There's no
okay, but
an expression in English as we have in Spain to say that. So I always say no cold, please.
yeah, in Spanish you say natural, right?
Del tiempo. We say del tiempo. You know that
Del
means
tiempo.
del tiempo.
So for us,
So
it's going to be unchilled or not chilled. Unchilled, not
and
chilled. Both of them are
okay.
good. Very good. Very good, everyone. Like professionals. Okay, so we're going to have to stop here. You can download that and practice your restaurant scenarios, and then go out, have a meal in English, and report back tomorrow. Tell me how it went. Okay, I want a
Yes.
report card from all of you.
John,
Okay.
John, just a quick question
Sure.
before going. How do you pronounce dessert? Is dessert or dessert?
Pronounced which word? Sorry.
Dessert
Dessert.
or
Oh, dessert.
dessert?
Dessert.
Dessert.
Like it's got a Z in it. Dessert.
Dessert.
And the other word you're thinking of is desert, with the sand in it, with one Z.
Right.
Dessert and desert. And in fact, since you brought it up, why don't we let me just give you an IPA for that. Here we go. Hang on just a second. Give me a second here. And in the chat window, if you take a quick look,
Dessert. Dessert.
look at the chat window. Oh, is it working? You see it?
Dessert.
It's not E, it's I. Dessert.
Dessert.
Okay? And if I take away one S, then I've got the place with the sand in it. And look what happens to that one. The stressed syllable switches to the second syllable. Desserts. Oh, sorry. Desert. Oh, I'm making a mistake. The second, desert. It's the first syllable.
Yeah.
That's not correct. What's in the chat window? Hold on a second. Give me a second. Desert. That's not the right IPA for that.
The Sahara Desert.
Yeah. You're saying it right, but sorry, what I wrote in the chat window is actually not correct. So it should be like, let me rewrite this. Not D, but eh. It should be the little symbol like that. I just fixed it. Desert, like that.
My name is.
Okay. So that's it for today. I'll be back for 2 hours. I've got a great article for you in Hot Topics tomorrow at 10 GMT. Sorry, Frank. Just going to tweet that off for a second. And at 11 GMT, we're going to be continuing with our business class, where we're going to work on the Art of the Pitch Part 2, where you are going to be bringing in your own business pitches. We're going to practice with our toothbrush pitch, which is what we did yesterday. So we're going to start a class with that. Bye for now, everyone. Great job with restaurants. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.